Okay, guys, what is your opinion on the shooting up there in Minnesota with the one guy, the second shooting? Um, do you feel that this it was duly warranted by the officer or not? Um, I don't know. I just want to put that out there as a unbiased media, social commentary, content creator, this is a reaction video on the news. Let's get without further ado. Let's get into this and find out what's going on, what's going to happen with the governor and the mayor of the city, what's been happening with the president, Trump, and the administration. Let's find out what's going on. It's very interesting. It's kind of we got people up in the uproar. Me personally. I'm about law and order. I'm all about law and order.
About the circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks, Governor Walz and the Mayor Jacob Fry and other elected Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our streets: murderers, rapists, pedophiles, human traffickers, and gang members. Governor Walz and Mayor Fry have shamefully blocked local and state police from cooperating with ICE, actively inhibiting efforts to arrest violent criminals. They have also used their platforms to encourage left-wing agitators to stalk, record, confront, and obstruct federal officers who are just trying to lawfully perform their duties, which has created dangerous situations threatening both these officers and the general public and Minnesotans alike. This is precisely what unfolded in Minneapolis on Saturday morning. Obstructing federal law enforcement and inciting violence against officers is wrong and illegal. This used to be a universally accepted position in the United States. Amid the hysteria, we must remember how we got here to this moment today and what this Democrat opposition is about. Former President Joe Biden and the Democrats opened America's borders for 4 years, inviting tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to flood into our country. Among them, violent criminals who terrorized American communities and have inflicted devastating, permanent pain and harm on law-abiding Americans and their families. Yet we never saw outrage from Democrats or their allies in the liberal media over these horrifying crimes against U.S. citizens. The pain of American angel families was ignored and dismissed because it undermined the Democrat narrative. Innocent Americans like Jocelyn Nungray, Laken Riley, and Rachel Morin are just a few of the many victims savagely murdered by illegal alien criminals. Earlier this month, an illegal alien from Mexico with a long criminal history who came into our country under Joe Biden's administration threw a baseball-sized stone at a school bus carrying children in New Jersey and fractured the skull of an 8-year-old innocent child. President
This is what I'm talking about. This is what we can't have in the country. This is behavior that if we don't have these people in this country, yeah, we have people that's breaking laws in our country, but these people are mostly grew up here in America and they know things that other people don't know. Don't know? They know the civility of our side of school buses. Not saying other countries don't have school buses, but they do. But when you got people that coming from different places that we haven't vetted, I really believe we should vet these people, and we haven't vetted. And we know we haven't vetted. Every American know we haven't vetted these people that come across that border. That's been here 4 years now, coming on 5 years, and been in this country, and they have been terrorizing a lot of people in our country. There have been they, these people came with no skills, no education, no uh, uh, ability to perform. Some found jobs, a lot found jobs, a lot didn't find jobs. So quite naturally, everybody knows that they would go to the criminal underworld and start doing things what they maybe was doing in their own country. Come on, we know criminals came into this country, so them the ones we vetting. We want out. We want everyone out that came into our country that is not American citizen and come the right way, because there's not really a major value you could bring to America. You know, everyone want a better life, but you don't come in that way. Period. What's the purpose of having a military? What's the purpose of having borders? What's the purpose? We're a society of laws we worry about the American citizen. We're a country now. We're not at the beginning of this nation. You can't take the principles of the beginning of this nation and try to put them to today. Our Constitution have grown. Just in the state, actually in America, half a Constitution has grown. Yes, that means we have developed, and we can't look at previous things. We could use them as opportunity to understand what our forefathers wanted for this country, and as it grow over the last 20-some years. But you can't measure the same as 200 years ago. The populace wasn't the same. The people weren't the same. The development of the land wasn't the same. We have 50 states now. We didn't have 50 states 200-some years ago. Let's be honest. So when you're looking at that, you got to look at the whole development. You can't use this. You can do what you want to, but people with common sense will say, no, that's not right. We're a nation now. We're a sovereign nation now. And other countries are not the same. They don't carry the same values that we do. And we have people that's in position that shouldn't be in a position because they come from other countries with only 20 years in this country, and they still have the principles and values of their land where they originally came from. And they try to entwine it into use our Constitution against us. And that's a fact. But nevertheless, let's find out what's going on. But hitting a girl on the bus and fracturing her 8-year-old child, who throw rocks at buses, school buses? Another thing, I was watching out there in Minnesota and all over the country, they're bombing, bombing with rocks and all kind of items with cars. They're running up on federal cars, federal government aid, federal agents' cars and stuff, bumping them and stuff. This is a true fact. They are terrorizing the vehicles. They're writing graffiti on there, breaking into cars. That we always had that, but this is riot behavior. This is behavior that shouldn't be addressed. They're doing this out of anger and emotions, not like a criminal doing it to make a crime. They're doing it because they hate ICE or whatever was going on. We don't act that way. For the most part, most American people, we're not going to do that. We know where it's held is at the voters box, and so we need to get people like that, violent people, out of the country. Period. You should not be here. If you can't respect the laws of the land, if you don't like them, change the laws. Go vote them in. So let's continue on watching. This is crazy.
Trump promised accountability to these American families by securing the border, deporting every illegal alien who has committed crimes, especially and most importantly, violent crimes. Nearly 80 million Americans voted for him to deliver on that very promise, and he is. As the duly elected president, the president is fulfilling the will of the people by arresting and removing these threats from our country in cities from Los Angeles to New York and, yes, Minneapolis. Yet Democrat leaders in Minnesota with sanctuary city policies have actively defied federal immigration law and the will of the people. And as a result of that defiance, 2 Minnesotans have now tragically lost their lives on the streets of Tim Walz's state. It is President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end today. That's why President Trump spoke with Governor Walz directly this morning, and he has outlined a clear and simple path to restoring law and order in Minnesota. Number 1, Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and all Democrat leaders should turn over all criminal illegal aliens currently incarcerated in their prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with any illegal aliens with active warrants or known criminal histories for immediate deportation. Number 2, state and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens who are arrested by local police. And then thirdly, local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes, especially violent crimes.
And this is a reality. Right there is a major, I totally agree. This is when politics mixing with the criminal world, the criminal element, the ones that protect us to keep the civilized from the uncivilized, the criminals from the the common people. We need this taken care of. Now, it sounds like the president is not playing anymore with these states, especially Minneapolis. He gave him all kind of chances. This administration gave him all kind of chances, and he keep using that bully pulpit to talk about what he's going to do and challenge. This is crazy. Now it's causing more violence. So he has to maybe have to, at the federal level, step in, because the rhetoric that's been put over there by different political figures and what's happening with the citizens is not cool. It's not cool. And the uprise is really, we see it happen in Minneapolis. It's not safe for the regular citizens that's in Minneapolis. And they showed people coming up to people. Let me look in your car. Who do you think you are? This is my personal private vehicle. You're not looking at my car. Are you with ICE? If I wasn't, that doesn't matter. This is the behavior of that's not American. You don't ask me. I'm a private citizen. You don't ask me what's in my car, what's on. Man, mind your business. Go on about your business. And this gonna cause riots in the streets that the media is not going to cover, because they have their agenda and their objective. But they showed that, and I'm like, why nobody's talking about that? And the lady had to say, no, he's all right. He's all right. Who are you guys to decide who's right and who's wrong? That's what the law enforcement is for. That behavior is vigilante behavior. This is my opinion. What is your opinion about that? Leave a comment down below. This is getting crazy.
If Governor Walz and Mayor Fry implement these common sense cooperative measures that, I will add, have already been implemented in nearly every single other state across the country, Customs and Border Patrol will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. ICE and local law enforcement can peacefully work together, as they are effectively doing in so many other states and jurisdictions. Additionally, President Trump is calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation ending sanctuary cities once and for all. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding citizens only, not for dangerous illegal alien criminals who broke our nation's laws and do not belong here. We hope Governor Walz will do the right thing and continue to work with President Trump to keep the American people safe following their call this morning. Americans overwhelmingly want exactly what President Trump is delivering: strong borders and strict immigration enforcement against the worst illegal aliens, of which there are still hundreds of thousands to deport from the interior of our country. The most peaceful way to carry out this vital public safety mission is for Republicans and Democrats to do it together, and for state and local law enforcement to work together with federal law enforcement. We want to let cops be cops. You wouldn't know this continues to be a very popular policy position from the biased media coverage over the course of the last few days, but polling shows huge support for this exact thing President Trump is calling for. More than 80% of Americans favor deporting illegal aliens convicted of violent crimes. A country unable to deport criminals who enter it illegally is no country at all. Hey everyone!
And I totally agree with that. I'm at 80%. I don't want criminals running around here and terrorizing elderly people. We just had one in Washington, was running around, I don't know if, maybe American, running around here robbing elderly people. We got our own situations in our country. We don't need other outside people that's not even from this country, not even citizens, don't have rights to be in this country, out here terrorizing other people, other American citizens. That's not cool. And we don't, you got no fingerprints, you got nothing. You got no social security card, no birth certificate. There's no identity of this person in the land. And they're taking advantage of our system. That's not fair to the American people. We need all of them out. I totally agree. And the media is not giving a fair analysis, a fair representation of what's going on. A lot of the media is biased. That's just my personal opinion. But this is not fair. So I agree with this. What do you think? What do you guys think about what the White House correspondent person was saying here? Do you think there's going to be some changes in Minneapolis? Do you think there's going to be some override and the federal government's going to step in on a different level? Or you think they'll take the gloves, the white gloves off and move on into there because of what's happening? What is your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Do you think the criminals should be taken out from other countries around the world, should be taken out of America? Do you think that they're doing a good job as taking, or you think they should just be allowed to stay in the country and do what they want to do? What is your opinion? I'd like to hear it. Leave a comment down below. But I don't like 8-year-old American kids getting, that should have never happened. On a school bus, going to school or coming from school, it doesn't matter. That American child should have not been hit in the eye with a rock by an adult that's not from this country. We have to get these people out of the country. Oh, that's one incident. Doesn't matter. That's one incident too many. We gotta, like I told you before, we got enough of incidents happening in our own country to have outside that doesn't have no rhyme or reason to be in this country, hurting our citizens. We Americans. If I was in Canada, they're Canadians. We don't have that, so we can't have these behaviors in the land. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear your opinion. I will respond if it's respectful. No cursing, no disrespect. I'll respond and give you and respond to your questions.
Able to deport.
Stop this.